Hey y'all, it's Bear, and today I'm here to do the January book tag. The tag was created by my friend Jan, who I'll link downstairs along with the list of all the questions if you want to play along. And basically this is just like a recap of last year, beginning of the year tag situation. Question number 1, what was the first and last book that you read last year? So for the first book I read last year, every year I make sure that the first book I read in January is by a native author. So I read Post-Colonial Love Poems by Natalie Diaz, and I really, really liked it. I recommended it to so many people in the past year, and I just think it's fantastic. As far as the last book that I read in 2021, the one that I can remember reading last is What Big Teeth by Rose Sabo, and this was just super disappointing. I hated it. I talked about it in my wrap-up that I posted earlier this month. It was just not good. The third act didn't pay off. The first 2/3 of this book are a very different story than the back third of this book, and it just didn't vibe with me. I found the writing to be a little clunky. I didn't care just too much for this book. It was not good, and it ruined December for me. Not ruined, because I read some good books in December, but it was just once I finished it, I couldn't read anything for the rest of the year because I was just thinking about how much I hated it, and it took me such a long time to finish it. If you want to see my whole reading experience on What Big Teeth, I did vlog it for my patrons. Info on that is downstairs as always. Question number 2, what is your first read of this year? And continuing the trend of reading a native author first, I read A Snake Falls to Earth by Darcy Littlebadger. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the family aspects in here. I like that we have two kind of soft, nerdy protagonists who come from two different worlds that are linked by this common thread. I like the idea of a character like trying to revitalize her family stories in a language that not many people still speak. I like the idea of like family and found family and saving your friends, and it's so cute and soft, and Darcy just has such a way with like writing these compelling stories. Next, share 3 of your reading goals this year. So I am unofficially participating in the Pop Sugar 2022 reading challenge. I have a Twitter thread going up right now, so that's 1. Number 2, 52 books this year. That's my goal every year for actual number of books. And 3, I want to read more nonfiction. That's a goal every year, and every year I say it, and every year I don't do it, so next, share 3 of your most anticipated titles. We have Don't Fear the Reaper, the new Stephen Graham Jones book that's coming out, which is the sequel to My Heart is a Chainsaw. We have The Honeys by Ryan LaSala. We have The Hacienda. We have, I just learned about one today called Florida Woman, and the cover looks very much like a Sally Rooney coming-of-age kind of romancy book, but apparently it's like a dark thriller. I'll put all of those covers up on the screen right here. There's also one that's already come out that's an anthology that's called Antifa Splatter Punk that I really want to read. That sounds really interesting. Ophelia After All that I'm very excited about. We have that duology about like poison and a tea competition. I'm blanking on the title name right now. I don't know, 2022 releases. Just, they sound good. What goals did you reach or not reach last year? I don't remember setting very many goals for myself last year. I reached my reading goal. I read 1 book by a native author every month. I mean, I didn't do the nonfiction thing, but I feel like I reached a lot of my goals. My channel goals, not so much, because last year I had set more channel goals for myself rather than actual reading goals. But we don't want to talk about them. Next, are there any new releases this year that you've heard about that you have no interest in reading? Absolutely. I am never going to read another Grady Hendrix book or another Riley Sager book as long as I live. I'm not sorry for that either. I'm just not a fan. I don't understand the hype. What are some reading habits you want to change this year, if any? I don't know if I have any like habits per se that I want to change. I want to maybe get back into doing like themed vlogs again, because I definitely quit doing them in the back half of the year and I miss them. I don't want to do them like with any consistency because that's whenever I get stressed and burnt out, but I do have fun reading books for videos that are like a theme. So I kind of want to do that and get back into doing themed vlogs and like secret TBRs and stuff, but not to the point where I'm like only filming secret TBR videos. Are there any adaptations that you're excited about? I've kind of stayed away from 2022 adaptation news because I feel like the fandoms can get a little icky sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that's not anything I want to be a part of. However, I did just find out today that Vampires Never Get Old, the anthology I read last January, edited by Zoraida Cordova and I think Natalia C. Parker, one of the stories in there is getting an adaptation, and I hope that that is a good sign that the rest of the stories will get adaptations. I think it's the V.E. Schwab story, so I'm excited to see. It's going to be like an 8-episode Netflix miniseries, and I'm excited to see if they adapt any of the other ones from that collection. Next, what are your favorite bookish memories from last year? I think I didn't have a whole lot because, you know, the pandemic and everything. Lots of things that I was looking forward to got canceled. But personally, I had a lot of fun getting back into Fear Street and remembering just how much I love these like cheesy, kind of pulpy teen horror books. You can see behind me I have quite a few on the shelf that I'm planning on rereading soon. So I really enjoyed getting back into that. I read a lot more Goosebumps last year. That was fun. I read some childhood favorites that I hadn't thought about in a long time. Just like really going back to my reading roots and like rediscovering the things that made me want to read and write. And finally, do you have any carryovers from last year that you want to read this year? Yes, I do. I have a full TBR of carryovers from last year, but I'm just going to show you 3. So first I have The Merciless 3 and also The Merciless 4 on my TBR. But I want to finish the Merciless series by Daniel Vega. This is a YA horror exorcism kind of demonic possession Mean Girls situation. And The Merciless 3 is a prequel, and I think that might have thrown me off a little bit. I wasn't expecting a prequel, but it's pretty fun. I just need to finish it. And then probably reread the first one to do a whole series review. Next on my list is The Witch King by H.E. Edgeman. I was reading this one for Indigithon, and unfortunately I put it down and DNF'd it temporarily because I fully intend to come back to it. This is a YA portal fantasy about Wyatt, who is a trans boy who is a witch, who is betrothed to like the king of the fairies, and the fairy king comes back to find Wyatt in the human world and bring him back, and there's like revolution going on, and it's a good time. And then the third book that I'm carrying over from 2021 that I'm excited to read is Untamed Shore by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I read 2 of Silvia Moreno Garcia's books last year, and I'm currently reading a 3rd one, and I'm really loving all of them. But Untamed Shore, you see why I like it, right? Like the shark. I will give you a teaser for like months in advance. I'm planning on doing a Shark Week vlog, so just prepare yourself for the Shark Week vlog, okay? That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, you can let me know by liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting, all of that good stuff, as well as answering the comment question of the day. Today, I want to know, what releases do you not care about coming out in 2022? We spend so much time talking about most anticipated releases. I want to know what your, least anticipated releases are. And then if you know of any adaptations that are coming out that you are excited for, let me know. Because like I said, I'm kind of in the dark on all of those. If you don't have time, you don't have the spoons, you don't have an answer, you don't want to answer, let me know you made it all the way until the end of the video by leaving me a smiley face or a yellow heart. And yeah, all my social medias, places you can find me, places you can support me further, list of the questions, the original creator of the tag, all of that, just go check the description box. I'm also going to tag like 5 people in the description, but if you see this video, you can fully just say that I tagged you. Tag, you're it. No one tagged me. You don't have to be tagged to make videos. Alright, I hope you have a wonderful, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you next time for another video. Thank you for watching. Okay, cool. Bye. I feel like I'm so pale in this lighting. God is a bit of a freak. Why isn't watching me get railed on the couch? Damn, fuel for a wedding. He's got fucked up priorities.